Hey Scorpios, welcome to your Libra season reading just for you. I trust that you are all doing well, as you can do. You're such a strong spirit that I consider you one of the more self-sufficient signs that we have right now. Not that you don't know how to be interdependent. You're very, very evolved at that as well. So this reading comes out of the chakras ascendant readings that I do, where the underpinning theory of this is that there is one universal chakra that we can evolve into, coming out of our heart region, thus being a source of energy for our environment. We're more of a radiant sun than taking things from our environment. So our center card really is a nod to that concept. And then I've laid into this framework the astrological wheel, the one of the Western Zodiac, so that we can break down portions of reality and kind of talk about them in bits and pieces here as part of the whole. So let's just get right into it. I will just take a moment here and read what message you happen to have on the back of this card. It's stating, meditation allows you to enter the inner realm of soul. It is spiritual communion with your true self and all creation. You may think that there are far more important issues to attend to at this time, but meditation would help you greatly. It could have a positive influence on every area of your life, including your career and relationships. So, yes, maybe slowing down and actually going within to your own personal knowledge. If you've been doing a lot of seeking outside of yourself, this may be the perfect time to go within, see what you've integrated, and also see what you just have access to in that more spiritual realm. So we will, actually I need to slow down and just get the intuitive message from this card, and then we'll go into the rest of things. So I see you in good health, in really good health, like you've been taking care. If you look into your eyes, you'll probably see that they're very clear and very bright, that you truly have that sort of inner sun within you. And it's allowing you to feel also energized in your energetic body as well, like there's a good rapport going on there. However, I do feel that emotionally you may be feeling just a little bit taxed, a little bit sad about something in particular. It may have something to do, with a human relationship. It may have to do with world circumstances or a blend of those issues. But I do see that the energy, although you have garnered quite a bit of positive energy to do your best, basically, you are still feeling a little bit taxed by things that are basically outside of your control. So let's look into the rest of this reading. By the way, I feel like this energy is so on Scorpio, like it's very natural and just easygoing. There's not a lot of drama and tons of intensity. I mean, there's moments of it here and there. I definitely see your energy on the board, but there are some other gentler energies, almost like earth energies, coming in quite an abundance here for you too. So in your first house of your persona, what you're really presenting to the world and your selfhood, we have you showing up as kind of in two ways. Like you may be presenting your softer side and your stronger side at once, which is effective. You're appearing intimidating enough, but not too intimidating, and soft enough, but not overly soft. So I really like this. It feels like you're getting a lot of balance, and if you are meditating, you may be doing it at night, and the moon may be helping you, or you may want to meditate with the moon to really get some guidance going. And this just seems to fuel you, like to make you even better at giving and receiving. Now I'm going to look into your second house here of value. And I see you kind of just doing what you need to do, as if you are pleasantly going through the motions of life. I don't feel like you're doing a lot of, complaining or whining or bickering with anything. You're just doing what you need to do, trying to keep things simple, trying not to live beyond your means, and, not be a burden or require too much from your environment. And it's just kind of pleasant, like you're getting into this mode of feeling like what it is like to just have enough and not demand more than is necessary. Now looking at your third house of communication and also community, I think that you have been working on building this from a past that may have felt like you had abandoned something that you used to know, and maybe you relocated recently, or you've just been seeking different people in your life, and it looks like you have been able to build something here that is not only interesting to be around, but you see it as having true value for you. And so I'm getting that you have a lot of worth in some type of community that you're building or that you're part of, and that you see a lot of worth in it, and that it may be exploring something that is connected to a greater ideal for you, a bigger picture. It could be a spiritual community, a community of deep thinkers even, or both of those concepts kind of combined. But it looks really good for you there, and it looks like, by leaving whatever wasn't serving you before, it's given this opportunity to be so much more than splitting your energy into things that would be weighing you down and taking from you. So I'm going to look now at your home and family position. And it looks like you are you may not actually be at home as much anymore, and if you are, you may be having some guests visit at this time. It could be family members, especially if you have like a son or nephews. So I am getting that, but there's this desire to have them come and be with you. But yeah, I'm just getting this strong, like younger male energy that may be wanting to enter, and you may just kind of feel like things are empty at home without this energy around you. I don't know, maybe recently you had someone go back to school that was living with you, or something like that. Or you could just be thinking about what it's like to have this type of energy around more. But overall, things look clear and soft and pleasant at home. There's no signs of strife and grief or anything like that. So looking at your house of how you really show up in your power and how that is respected, I get the sense that you really want to be leading over something, like you want to have mastery over something, you want to be seen as that master, and you may not quite be there yet. People may not be taking notice of you for what you have cultivated and what you want to share. It may be because the presentation of what you're doing isn't quite where it needs to be. It may not be as presentable as it could be. There's something in how you're actually showing up with the visible properties of what you're trying to communicate that may be in need of some fine-tuning. And there may also need to be a softening of this presentation as well. It may be coming off as a little too harsh. So if you are doing some meditating, this quality of the moon and of peacefulness may help your energy field at this time. I see that what you're looking at is really trying to present things in a balanced way, present things as well studied, well thought through, respectfully, and to a certain extent historically accurate, if that's even possible. But yeah, it just feels like you are really trying to sort of regulate something and get others involved in it and needing their cooperation. But there's something about it that feels like a little off and a little bit awkward. So this may be, a major passion project, career for sure, that you've been grappling with and just getting things honed, basically. Now we are going to look at your position of your daily routine and your health. This feels a little bit wacky, so you may be feeling a little bit wacky here, a little bit erratic and slightly neurotic even. You may be feeling a little bit out of control and trying to get the control and just trying to figure things out in this area for yourself. And again, I kind of get that same energy here, like not quite having complete mastery over this. But I see a lot of activity, a lot of experimentation, a lot of trying, a lot of wanting to focus and then maybe not being focused on it. So it's very interesting. So I think that you may just be feeling a little bit topsy-turvy in this environment, though I feel that you have the best of intentions here and that you are giving it what you can. You're doing your best here, by all means. Now, in your position of relationships and harmony, beauty, receptivity, I see you doing really well. This seems to be an area that you feel like you have really mastered. You really know what you want from your relationships. You know how you want to show up. And it's also important for you to appear like you have some control. You understand what your boundaries are, and you're good at communicating those. You come with a lot of wisdom here. So you have probably in the past been very challenged in this area and were pushed to do your best and overcome an immense amount of strife and struggle, because to see this show up for you in this position shows, true Empress energy, and just true mastery of self. So that is, one less area that you need to work on. And actually this can be one of the most difficult areas to master. So to having that in good order is fantastic to see, and it definitely frees up probably energy for you to focus on career and health pursuits. Now we're going to look at your 8th house, which is really, your house. So things that go a little bit deeper in life and are more mysterious. And I see that you are just in touch with your inner wisdom, that you feel at ease in this territory and you understand the necessity of going deep here and the purpose of it, and that it doesn't spook you. It's a very natural process, and it's almost so natural that it's part of your everyday reality. Like you breathe this type of energy in your existence all the time, where some people may negate it and want to push it down. They're suspicious of it. They're nervous about it. You know how to live with it in a really honest way and not distort it. So because of that, I feel like it really serves you. This being in touch with this energy helps one master things like relationships. It helps you master the difficult things in life, because often this area holds the keys, and what's hidden are blockages. So that is really, really special to see there for you. Now we're going to look at your area where you can go beyond what you really are comfortable with, and in a way that is more in tune with something higher than what you're familiar with as well. So I see you getting more and more in touch with the natural world, and it's like you're increasing your bond here. You're getting to know it even more so that you can, like you have here, so that you can master your relationship that you have with the natural world. And in this way, it will help you with other aspects of your life that you may be struggling with. So again, this is such a great complementary energy to this, because you understand not only going deep, but seeking higher knowledge too, and putting these two together will really serve you well at trying to bring any resolve and transformation into your life. So now I want to take a peek at your 10th house, really your legacy that you're leaving to the world, where you're having your highest public achievements. And I'm seeing here an odd mix of energies. So you may be kind of a difficult read for other people as you are showing up. You probably have a lot of interests. You're probably mixing those interests and expressing them within like one platform. You may spend a lot of time on social media, and within one site you may share several different types of interests instead of having an exclusive site for each type of interest. So you may be coming off as interesting, but it's kind of verging on hard to understand, because it's because of its diversity, and because within that diversity it doesn't necessarily feel like all of the parts are 100% complementary. They can even feel a little bit contradictory and unexpected. Now this would be a really interesting energy to use if you were a creative, if you were doing fine art, if you did writing, anything where you have to bring in that element of surprise to get the effect that you want. So I'm not 100% convinced in looking at this. I don't get the feeling that this energy is serving you for where your intentions lie right now. Although I get that if you learn to embrace it for what it is, that if you understood how this is, how you're showing up actually, and you really honored it, that it could potentially serve you, at some point in the future. But overall, it seems to be that like you are acting with some structure, you're acting with some thoughtfulness, like there's a genuine care for your reality and for showing up and participating and wanting to be part of the big picture, despite how awkward it is, and this just may not be representative of you, it could just be our world at large, and like you are just like, well, whatever, regardless of what's going on, I'm just going to be part of this. I'm going to show up and do me, and everyone else can just do them. So you may be exhibiting a lot of tolerance to those in your environment. Now looking at your 12th or your 11th house of your independence and how it relates to interdependence, I see that I'm in a strong vibe here of like an interpersonal relationship, a passion relationship that could have been in the past and like lives on as a memory. And there's something about this energy that you really pull from, that guides you, that you get to understand, like you know how to reap the love and the joy and the growth and that energy that could go into a personal relationship like this. And how to bring it into your reality and let it still live on as an energy and serve you in a way, which is really interesting to see that it's almost like another mastered thing that you've understood. It's like the Kundalini energy, and instead of, expressing it outwards and releasing it, you are cultivating it for your higher purpose. So, you may not have, which is surprising for a Scorpio, a highly involved, actual, physical, intimate life right now. Yet you may be still cultivating that energy to serve yourself, and in serving yourself, it will ultimately serve humanity. And again, we're seeing this energy show up in your house of self-transcendence. This does feel like a very interpersonal relationship, and I think that you are acknowledging that this is, in a way, the juice of life. Like this is an energy that helps move, transform, fuel, enliven reality. And I do see it in this one that there is a bit more of a longing, a bit more of a missing, but a reluctance to accept an energy that is interested in you, even though you are very much connected. This could also have to do with this masculine energy wanting to come in. If I'm speaking with a feminine energy, it just basically feels like the energy that is opposite you wants to get closer to you, because energetically you are already close, like you haven't broke energetically. And there seems to be a lasting connection here on both parties' part. It's not just one party, reminiscing, but this is somehow still going. So this is sort of my crowning card for the reading. Usually where we see things kind of come through the flow of the reading, and ultimately, like the most refined energy comes out of this. So I think that if there is a surrender to your longing for this energy, that you may find that the things that you're struggling with in these other realms may become less of a struggle, or you may have created these as a struggle so that you actually don't have to deal with this reality. This is sort of a decoy energy for you. You may have foiled yourself a little bit here and created a lot of trepidation and things for you, or your challenging things for you to have to resolve, rather than just giving in to the lushness of maybe a romance, a passionate relationship, a very deep bond that you have with someone here. So I just see a profound amount of self-work that you've done here, and I honor that so much, because you really are the sign that represents, transformation, and transformation at its deepest level. And I feel like I'm just seeing in many different places here where you have done that and you've mastered that. And you may have been on this journey alone for a while, but now, as I see you coming around, there is definitely an acknowledgement that there may be a time here now that you need to focus on your interpersonal relationships. And of course, with it being Libra season, this is the time to do that. So I just want to encourage you, like if you maybe felt like you weren't worthy, or there was a lot of stuff that you needed to do, it looks like you've made a lot of progress. You've become many things that you were seeking. You've stepped into a lot of energy and mastered it. And so I don't know what lies ahead of you, but it feels like something beautiful is unfolding for you, Scorpio. So I hope that you take the best of care during this season. Thank you for letting me do this reading, and please, if you would like, I have more readings available on my various playlists. Please take care.